Good afternoon, CC. This is Eagle Eye Network. I'm your host, Eli Stewart, joined by my co-hosts, Matt Fitzgerald and James Fitzgerald. And today we're just going to go over our pregame show and ask a couple questions and your opinions. So, guys, who do you guys think the underrated player of today's game is going to be?
I'd probably say Tristan Lasser.
Yeah, Tristan Lasser is a great player. Who do you think, James?
I think Norian because he's great at offense, and I think that can help the team.
I agree. Norian's a great point guard for the team. What do you guys think? Who do you think that needs to have a big game for Conwell Egan to pull through with it for this win?
Definitely Nelson Seda. He's like the heart of the team.
Yeah, Nelson Seda, great point guard. You know, he can really drive the ball. Great offensive threat as well as defensive. Who do you think, Matt or James?
I think Christian because of his height.
Yeah, his height's going to be a great impact for the rebounds and everything else.
So this is a crucial game for Conwell Egan. How big of an impact will tonight's results have on their season?
Well, yeah, this is a crucial game because they are currently, I'm pretty sure, have a winning record, and that will just go so far in the PCL. Keep their heads right. It'll keep them with their motivation to keep going, and I think they'll go far in the PCL with this JV team.
I think if Egan wins, it would put them ahead other teams, and they'll have a bigger advantage than everyone else.
Yeah, I completely agree. So those are our pregame questions for today. You'll see us back at halftime, and that's your Eagle Eye Network pregame show.
Welcome to the Eagle Eye Network. My name is Kian Mullen. I am here with Christopher Nuzzi and Christopaz Romero. And we're looking forward to this game because we have two very competitive teams who are looking to win this game. So I have a few questions for you two, Chris. How does being undefeated in the preseason help this Conwell team?
Them with confidence to keep on playing hard and shooting, doing what they want more and often.
I agree. Chris, what do you think?
It gives them the strength to keep going, to keep things rolling, just to keep the streak alive.
I agree. I think coming off an undefeated streak so far, I think it will be very crucial because keeping momentum and confidence is very, very important to win this game. So, coming off of that, what do you think Egan needs to do specifically to beat Northeast?
Give the ball to these young players like Nelson Seda or Tristan Lester because they know what they're doing and they know how to dish the ball to other players and not be a ball hog.
Chris?
I believe what Egan needs to do is that they have to continue playing like a team. They've been playing like a team these past two games, and they've been winning very, very big. So I believe if they keep playing like a team, they will win very big today.
Yes, I agree. Who is one player that stands out to you on this team and why?
Probably Tristan Lester because he's a young star and he works hard with everyone on the court.
I agree. Chris, what about you?
I think definitely Nelson Seda or Norian. I think they both will definitely control the team, be the captains, and overall just lead the team to a very big victory today.
I agree. So that is it from us. You'll be hearing from us in a little bit, and we'll see you soon. And the whistle blows. It will be Tristan going up for the tip-off. And it's Nelson Seda sends it up to Tristan, who puts it right up, and it's swatted. And it's number 4 who takes it for Northeast. Bring up the court, Northeast, trying to move away. Foul there by Tristan. Good sportsmanship here, helping him right back up, and it's Northeast who's going to be inbounding it. Nelson playing tight defense, but ball is passed through. Northeast dribbling around the arc, trying to find a way to get to this basket early in this game. Ball is dribbled through, and it's out to number 20 who plays it over, trying to get a shot off, but a whistle will be there for a travel, and it's Egan ball. Nelson Sater bringing up the ball. Pass it to Tristan Lasser, who's wide open, who puts it up for a layup and one. We'll see Tristan Lasser go to the line here. And he makes it. That will be 3-0 Egan with 6:08 to go. Bringing it up the court. Trying to find a way through. Kicks it out to the corner, and he lets it go. And it's off the rim and settled by Chaston, who gives it to Norion, who's running up the court with pace. Goes for 3, and it's off the rim and into the arms of Komar. It's Devin who tries to bring it up for Northeast. Struggling to find a way through this Egan defense. A little bouncy there. And it's back out to number 20, who's going to try and find a way through. Out to Devin. Cuts it back. Egan still playing really tight defense. Throws it across. And he puts it up, which will make it 3-2 for Conwell Egan. And it's Nelson Seda who brings the ball up now. Out to Tristan, who will pass it to Chaston. Swinging the ball around. Passing is very, very crucial for this Egan team to win games. We're going to have a whistle there. It's going to be Egan inbounding the ball off of a pushing foul. Plays it into Tristan. Puts it up, and he will make it to make it 5-2, Conwell Egan. Whistle will be blown there. You know, Chris Nuzzi, what do you think is most important for this Egan team to keep their lead?
I mean, what they're doing right now, they're just passing the ball. I think that they need to play better defense and staying on their man that they need to guard.
Krista Paz, what about you?
I think they just have to keep working the ball. Try out from the 3. Right now they're 0 for 1 from the 3, but if they could keep working, they'll definitely make 1 and start off hot.
I agree. Making 3-pointers is very crucial. As we've seen, Egan is usually pretty well with their 3-pointers. So I think if they get back on those, I think they'll have a pretty good game. Timeout whistle blows as Egan enters back on the court. Nelson bringing up the ball. Passes it over to Zymir, who subbed in for Chaston. He goes for three, and it's off the rim, and it's grabbed by Northeast. And it's going to be Northeast who keeps the ball. It's going to be Devin bringing up the ball for Northeast. Trying to find a way past Seda. Little spin move there as he drives to the hoop. Puts it up, and it's good. 5-4. 1 point game now. Your Conwell Egan Eagles. 3:50 to go. Pass out to Norian, who gives it to Tristan. Back out to Norian, who swings it all around the court, and it's Tristan who puts it up, and it's good for three. That will be 8-4. Devin bringing it up back again. Trying to find a way through, and it's past to Keymore. Trying to find a way through here. Kicks it out. Will he go for three? He won't. He'll drive in, and a whistle is called. It's going to be Conwell Egan ball. Nelson Seda will be seen bringing up the ball once again. Plays it out to Norian, who will try to find a way through, but it's back to Seda. Back to Norian. Back to Seda, and he'll go for three. And it's off the rim into the hands of Tristan Laster. Out to Norian. Nelson going through. Back to Norian. He'll go for three. And it's back off the rim, but into the hands of Keymore of Northeast. And he drives up the court fast. And he puts it up. And it's good. And Northeast will slowly try and find their way back into this game. 8-6 here. Nelson Seda plays it out to Norian. Back to Seda. And it's out to Zymir, who will play it back to Seda. And it's kicked out all the way to Norian, who will not shoot but play it back to Tristan. Very good ball movement by Egan here. And a whistle will blow for a travel. Big John will enter the match for Tristan. Devin here with the ball. And it's tipped out, and it's going to be Northeast ball. Now we're going to send it down to our court side, which is Matt. What CEC player is key to winning today's game?
I'd probably say Tristan Laster because his shots have been on point today, and he's already gotten us loads of points. And yeah. All right, Kian, back to you.
All right, Matt, I agree. Tristan Laster is a wonderful player, as we've seen his game here and before this game. And it's Nelson Seda bringing the ball up now. Norian with it and into the hands of Tristan Laster. And it will be a whistle, and it's going to be an inbound for Conwell Egan. Zymir looking for a way to get the ball in, and it's out to Seda, who will swing it to Tristan, who will swing it to Norian, who finds his way through, and he puts it in, and it's off the rim and tipped into the hands of Devin of Northeast, who will bring the ball up here. Trying to find a way through, and it's back into the hands towards the front of the logo. Swinging it around, trying to get a shot off, but Conwell Egan's defense is not letting them do so. Ooh, finds his way through, and it will be travel. Egan ball. Nelson Seda will bring it up here. Out to Norian, who will go to Big John, who will take one bounce, and it's stolen by Keymore, who will try and bring it up quickly. Oh, and he keeps it back in right into the hands of the Egan player, Nelson Seda. He will swing it out. Will Norian go for three? He won't. He will play it to Tristan Laster. He will keep it in to Seda, trying to find his way through here. Out to Tristan Lasser for three, and it's off the rim. Northeast recovering the ball, looking to bring this one up. Into the hands of number 2, Devin, again, who swings it out to the corner, and another whistle will be blown for travel. Substitution here, Norion will be coming out for Tristan Ganges. Nelson Seda will bring this one up once again. Swings it out to Zymir, who played to Tristan, and he puts it up, and that is good. That will be 10-6, just finishing up this first quarter with 5 seconds left. He goes for it, and it's off the rim and into the hands of Big John, who will hold it at the end of the buzzer. And second quarter has begun, 6:51 to go. Tristan will swing it out to Nelson with a wide open shot, and he puts it through, and it's good for three, 13-6 here. Devin bringing up the court. Trying to find a ways through. Finds Devin in the corner, who will find Kimar back. Trying to find Yasin, who looks for a way through, but cannot find one, who goes back to Devin. Plays it out, trying to find a shot, but it is tipped away. And a whistle will be called. So we're gonna send it back down to Matt. Matt, what has Egan done good so far, and what do they need to improve on?
I think we've been doing good moving the ball up, but there's just sometimes we miss the shots, and I think we need to improve a little bit on our defense. Although we've only let up 6 points, they're just missing shots. All right, back to you, Kian.
I agree, Matt. That is very crucial for today's game. Close game here, 13-6. You know, Nuzzy, I want to ask you so far, what has Egan done good so far, and what do they need to improve on as well?
I think that they should start passing to the big mans more, as well as move the ball around and steal the ball and stop trying to get the fouls.
I think what they need to work on is their backdoor cuts. There hasn't been much backdoor cuts, so if they could start doing that more, they could definitely find some easy points because the Northeast defense is just leaving them wide open.
I agree, Chris. As Big John plays it off to Tristan Lasser, who heads up the court quickly, is Nelson Seda, who will put it up, and it's off the rim. But we will see him go to the free throw line to shoot two. Nelson will go up. And the first one is good. Substitutions coming in is Chaston Gabriel coming in for Big John. Will he make it 2 for 2? And he does. And it's Norian who comes in for Seda. 15-6 with 5:50 to go here. Devin brings up the ball. Trying to guide his teammates around. Try and get themselves into a closer game here. Goes through and he makes his way to the corner. Who lays it off to Roman, who plays it out. Trying to find his way through Chaston, who plays it out to Devin. At the corner, trying to struggle to find a way through, and he cuts in, and it's kicked out. And it will be put up, but it is no good. Off the backboard and into the hands of Tristan Lasser, who will bring this up quickly. And it's into the hands of Zymir, who plays it to Tristan. Back out to Zymir, and he'll go for 3. And that is good. 18-6. You know, Chris, you said something about the three-pointers not being made, but as they've been taking more of them, they've been making more and more of them. So how do you think that's affected their game so far?
You know, Keen, when I play basketball, every shot counts, every big points. You know, looking at the score, 20-6, half of their points are from 3. So the more threes they can rack up, the more points they'll rack up. So I definitely think that is a big key on their score.
I agree, Chris. I will see Devin go from the line here, who will make his first to make this 20-7. Does not make his second. Inbounded quickly, and it's Tristan Lasser who tries to drive to the net, swings it all the way out. He will go for 3, and Zymir will make another 3. 23-7. Number 15, Brian McCloskey, has entered the match. And it's good. Northeast will get that one, and they will go back to the line. Will he make this 23-10? He does not. And it's Zymir running up the court with pace as he tries to drive through, and a whistle will be blown as a travel, and it will be Northeast ball. Devin bringing up the ball now. No longer guarded by Nelson Seda. It will be Zymir. Goes through and swings it out, but it is intercepted, but it's back into the hands of Northeast. And he goes for 3, and it's off the rim. Tristan Lasser will try and dance his way through, and he puts it up and 1. He will go to the line. Lasser makes the N1 as Nelson Seda comes back in the game for Lasser. 26-9, Conwell Egan here with 3:41 to go. Trying to find his way through here, but Nelson playing good defense, and Norian intercepts it as he drives to the hoop and puts it up for 2. 28-9 here. Devin finding his way through, and it's tipped off. Northeast ball. Inbounds it to Devin, who will dribble through. Trying to find his way through here around the near corner. Back out, almost intercepted by Seda, but Northeast still keeps the ball. Cut back there, trying to find his way through. Unable to do so, so we'll get intercepted. And it's going to be Seda who picks up the ball. And it's out to Zymir. Will he get another three? He will not, and it's into the hands of Chasten Gabriel, who will go all the way out to Seda, who will try for three. And that is an air ball. No good. Timeout here with 2:40 to go. All right, we'll send it back down to Matt. Matt, what adjustments do you think the team needs to make in the second half to secure a win?
I definitely say they need to adjust their defense. We've just been draining too many shots, and they need to cover that up. And probably they're shooting too. They get the ball down the court very well, but they just keep missing their shots, and I think they really need to adjust on that. Back to you, Ken.
Matt, I think you are absolutely right. As the buzzer beeps, and it will be Northeast back with the ball. Devin with it, who swings it around to Roman, who will give it back. And it's Kimar who finds his way through, but it's tipped out by Chasten, and it will be Northeast ball. Trying to find a way to inbound the ball to Kimar, who will put it up, but it's blocked by Big John. And it'll be Nelson Seda who goes through. That is Norion, not Nelson Seda. Sorry about that, guys. Norion will go from the line now. 28-9 with 2:16 to go. Off the rim, and he will get one more. Chris, very exciting game here. How crucial do you think making free throws are in this game?
You know, games could come down to 1 point, 2 points. Making every free throw counts because those could be the winning points in the game. You know, if you miss a free throw late in the second quarter, that could come down and haunt you late in the fourth.
I agree. Free throws are very important as Big John will put that up, and it will be 31-9 as Northeast will bring back the ball. Trying to find a way through here. Driving through will be Norion with the foul. As we'll see Zymir Davis enter back into the match. And will be put up by Northeast. It will find its way into the basket. 31-11. Whistle blown. Confusion around the court, but he will be going for an and one. He goes up and it's in 31-12 with 1:44 to go. Nelson Sada will bring this one up. Tries to go with pace, and it's Brian who gets his hands on the ball. Back to Nelson, put up to Big John, who will put that one up 33-12. Very crucial to have a man like Big John in your paint because he's putting up every shot that you put him. Trying to find his way through, and he does make it 33-14 with 1:09 to go. Plays to Zymir, who gives it back to Sada. Chaston with the ball, trying to drive through, and he puts that one up 35-14. Under a minute now. It'll be Devin who brings the ball back up for Northeast. A little stumble there, but he tries to find his way through. Kicked out back. Goes to put it back up, and it's off the rim into the hands of Zymir, who will dribble through this team. Euro step, and it's put up, and it's good. 37-14 with under 30 seconds to go. The ball is tipped out, and it will be Northeast ball. Inbounds the ball, but it's Zymir who struggles to keep it in, and it will be out. It will be Northeast ball with 24.7 seconds to go. Inbounds the ball. Goes through his Northeast, and it's swatted by Big John, who collects the ball and plays to Sada, who will dribble up. Cuts back, finds his way with a wide open lane, plays to Big John, who kicks it all the way out to Chaston, who hits it off the rim. Intercepted by Chaston, who will give it to Sada with 3 seconds left, and he puts it up, and it's good for three. 40-14 at the end of this second quarter, heading into our halftime show.
Welcome back to the Eagle Eye Network halftime show. So, Matt, Egan's leading in the first half right now. What do you think has been their key to success, and how do you think they can keep this up going into the second half?
I'll definitely say our offense. When we get in the paint, we just keep draining shots, and their defense just can't stop it.
Yeah, I can agree.
I think our defense has been keeping them from scoring a lot.
Yeah, our offense, we have been making every shot. Defense has been great. A lot of offensive breakaways and steals. And it's just been really making Egan win this game and have them up by at least over 20. So what do you guys think Northeastern needs to do to adjust in the second half and maybe get a lead and maybe come back a little bit?
I would say they need to step up their defense because our offense has been making too many shots, and they need to stop letting that happen. So they need to step up.
I think they can improve the scoring. They've been missing a lot of shots.
Yeah, I can agree with that, boys.
So who's your pick up to step up and win this game?
Yeah, I got to go with Egan, man. This JV team is really powerful. They're hitting the shots they need to hit, and their team chemistry is phenomenal for just the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I think Egan too. Got a lot of good players, and I think we can win with them.
What do you think, Matt? Who do you think is going to win this game?
Definitely Egan. We've just been explosive this game.
Yeah, I can completely agree. So that's our halftime show and halftime questions. You're going to see us later for your post game. This is Eagle Eye Network. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Eli.
welcome back to the Eagle Eye Network coming off from the second half. It is 40 to 14 here. What can Egan do to keep this lead?
I would say just keep on doing what they were doing. They were dishing the ball around, making their 3-point shots, and working down in the paint.
I believe if they keep shooting those threes, Zymir included, they will keep going. They will keep the streak hot. That's how much of their points are scored. So I believe the threes have been very, very crucial to this game.
Zymir making most of his threes, almost every. How do you think that's impacted their game today?
It got them to this big lead that they have right now. If he keeps on doing this, he might get MVP of this game.
I agree. And the teams will go back out. It will be Northeast inbounding the ball, and we are back in play. Devin finding his way through, trying to get the first point of this half. And he puts it up, and it'll be off the rim. Nelson Seda will bring up the ball. Plays it over to Brian, who will go back to Seda. He will look to find a way through, but he cuts back. Back out to Brian, who will swing to Big John, who will go back out to Brian, who will shoot it, but there is a whistle. And it will be Northeast ball. Big John out of the game early in the second half for Tristan Ganges. Northeast will bring up the ball. It is Devin here, guarded by Brian. Ball will go out, looking for a way to go through. Plays at the top of the logo, drives through, but it is out to Kimar. Top of the key here, trying to find a way through. Northeast is trying to find a way through here to the basket, but unable to do so. Here at the logo, plays it through, puts it up, and it's off the backboard, but foul will be called. Kimar will go to the line. He'll put it up. And it's 40 to 15 here as he will shoot one more. And he goes back up, trying to make it 40 to 16, but unable to do so. But it's put back up, and even better, 40 to 17 for Northeast. Conwell Egan winning with 5:46 to go. Nelson Seda will carry the ball here. Tristan plays it off to Seda and back out to Zymir. Tristan will hold the ball. Back out to Zymir once more, who will go for three, and it's around the rim and fumbled, but it will be Conwell Egan ball. Tristan Lasser will go through and is put up for an and one. He will go to the line. We will send it down to Matt. Matt, what has been key to Egan's? What has been Egan's key to their dominant performance so far?
I would definitely say their defense because we've stepped up, only let up like around 15 points, and our offense has been so dominant today. And
Matt, and it will be Northeast from the line. Puts it up, and that'll be 40 to 18. Norion entering the match for Brian. And he'll go back up and is made 40 to 19. Egan not scoring a single point, in the whole second half so far. Seeing if they can try and get back into the groove of the first half. Nelson dances around him and is played out to Tristan, who will go for three, and it's off the near rim. Norion into the hands of the Northeast, and they will bring it in. Swung up, and that is swatted off the backboard by Tristan Laster. Oh, my word. Devin trying to find his way through. Plays it out to Kimar. High intensity here by Northeast. Into the hands of Tristan Ganges, who will find Tristan Laster, who will dribble up with pace. Drives through, and it's swung out. But there will be a whistle called for a foul. 23 for a blocking foul there. Inbounded by Norion. And it's Tristan Laster who puts that one up to make 42-19. First points for Egan of the second half. It'll be Northeast dribbling it up. Cuts back around Seda and Laster, trying to find his way through, and he does. Makes it 42-21 with 4:02 to go. Seda moving this one up. Out to Norion, who swings it to Laster. Out to Zymir. Trying to find his way through, and it's off the knees of Norion, and it will be Northeast ball. Northeast holds the ball at the top of the logo here, who will swing it around. Struggling to find a way through, but finds Kimar, who will try to move forward. Guard by Zymir, who almost steals the ball, but it's kept open, and he tries to drive through, but it's Tristan who takes it, who plays it to Tristan Lasser, keeps the ball in, but Egan cannot keep a hold of the ball, and it's Northeast who's going to run through and bring it up, and that is put up, but no good. He will go to the line. Egan showed a lot more intensity in the first half than they did the second half. What do you think they can do to improve their game?
I mean, they came out the halftime being cocky, and I think that's like getting rubbed off on them because they think they have this game in the bag. But I think that Northeast is coming back on them.
Very slow start for Egan. Very choppy passes. Their shooting has not been very good. I think they came out to this half very, very, very cold. So they just all they have to do is just make one good shot, and there they go.
Hopefully find a way their groove back in. It is 42-22. Nelson with the ball. Plays it through. And it's going to be Nelson back with the ball, who tries to drive through. Holds it, and he puts it up, and it's off the side of the rim and into Northeast. Into the hands of Kimar, who will put this up. And it is good. 42-24, and a timeout for Conwell Egan, hoping to talk over their strategies to keep their lead, as it's not going well for them in the second half.
Yeah, they're playing like Patrick Mahomes and Skibbity Toilet.
Sorry if you picked up on some of the crowd's comments there. We'll get back into the game. Egan and Northeast coming back out. Ball finally back into play. It will be Nelson Seda bringing this one up. 42-24 with 2:44 to go. Into the hands of Chasten, who will be played up for Norion, who will put that one up 44-24. 20-point game here for Egan. Very crucial to keep this lead. Into the hands of Kimar. Play through outside. He will go for the corner three, which will be no good. Into the hands of Tristan Lasser. Trying to find a long pass through to Zymir, who will drive to the basket and put it up. No good. Into the hands of Chasten, but it will be a jump ball. We're going to send it down to courtside. Matt, which players have been the most impactful so far in this game?
I would definitely say Zymir and Tristan Lasser because they got lots of our points and their defenses have been spectacular today. They've been blocking shots and put in lots of pressure. All right, back to you, Kian.
Thank you, Matt. I agree. Into the hands of Chasten here, who will give the ball over to Northeast. They will try to find their way up the court. Goes through. Keeps the ball. Bounce pass over to the near post. And it's off the bottom of the backboard. Trying to find his way through, and he swings it out. Almost intercepted there by Norion. But Devin can keep the ball for Northeast. Bringing it back. Plays it over. Trying to find a way through here. Northeast swinging it around over the arc, trying to find a way through here. Kind of scrappy there. Chasten tries to put it through, but it's no good. And that will be 2 for Northeast, 44-26. Nelson Seda will move this one up. Under a minute now. Trying to find a way through here. Plays it over to Chasten, who will put it up, and that is good. 46-26, 20-point game. Nelson trying to intercept there, but no good. It will be Northeast who keeps the ball at the logo. Trying to set a pick, but Devin does not go for it as he keeps Norion on his back. Scrappy here, but no. And then his back up. 5 seconds to go here. Northeast will go for the far three, and that will be an air ball. The buzzer beats for the end of the third quarter. Buzzer beats, and we'll see Northeast come out first, followed by Conwell Egan, 46-26, 20-point game with 7 to go in the final quarter of this game at John Cordisco Court. Inbounded by Northeast. Played over. And it's out at the top of the logo here. We'll play it out to the three-pointer. He does not take. He drives instead, puts it up, and it'll be no good. It'll be Big John with the ball, who plays it over to Seda. Seda moving up with pace, trying to find his way through here. Kicks it out to Norion, who drives through. Out to Big John, who will lay this one up, and it's good. 48-26, 6:30 to go. Northeast trying to find this one through. Drives through, but is tipped off by Nelson, and we'll see it'll be Egan ball. Chaston inbounding to Nelson Seda here. Plays to Norion. Out to Brian, and out to Chaston. Drives through, who will put this one up, and that is good to make 50 for Conwell Egan. It will be Northeast going through here. Brings it over. Will he drive through? He will not. It's tipped by Nelson, and Northeast will keep the ball. Plays this over at the bottom of the hoop, who puts this one up, and it's off the rim and into the hands of Big John, who goes on the floor for it, but it'll be Northeast who finds their way with the ball. Substitution here, Kemar coming in for Northeast. And it will be Nelson Seda bringing the ball up. Brian swings it out to Norion, to Chaston, who will not go for three, but will give it to Big John, who plays it to Chaston, who puts it back up, but no good, off the rim. Northeast driving it through, trying to swat it is Big John, but no good. Kemar finds his way through to make it 50-28. Nelson dances through, puts it up, and one. He will go to the line, 52-28. Substitution here, Zymir entering the match for Chaston. This Egan JV team has not a lot of depth. As you can see, there's only one man on the bench right now. How do you think this affects their team?
It affects them by them not having enough players for transitions and people being tired and exhausted.
I think fatigue. As soon as the regular season starts, I think fatigue will be a very, very, very big factor. Players will get tired easily, and only having two players on your bench is not very well for the team. But as long as they can get the job done, they'll be good.
I agree. They don't have much depth, but as you can see for their undefeated preseason, it doesn't seem to be a big problem for them. As Zymir will try to take it through. Brian with the ball now. Driving through, who will put it up. And that's Brian's first points of the game. That will be 53-28. Good for three, and that will be good. That's Devin for Northeast. That will be 53-31. Now we're going to send it down to courtside. Matt, how has this team developed throughout this game?
Honestly, when we started out the first and second quarter, we started out hot, getting loads of points and buckets. And then going into the third quarter, I think we were pretty tired and came out a little bit cocky, but we just haven't been getting as much points as we did the first half. But we got a little bit sloppier, but we still kept the lead, so it's good. Back to you, Kian.
Thank you, Matt. I agree. They did come out a little slow and maybe a little bit too overconfident, but still being over a 20-point game here, I think they still have their move in this game here. That's put up there. That will be 55-31. Conwell Egan with 3:40 to go. Will be played through Northeast, moving up, who will put it over Big John, who will not get it, but the rebound will go through. That is 55-33. Zymir lays it off to Tristan Lasser, who enters back in the match, and he will put it up, but that is no good. Big John will have a wide open layup, and that is good. 57-33. Devin bringing this up for Northeast. Trying to find his way through, but he swings it out to the three, and he will put that, but it is no good, off the rim and into the hands of Tristan, who will bring it up, but it's swatted over, and we will see Egan ball. Chaston Gabriel entering the match for Norion. That will be Big John, who swings it out to Tristan Lasser, who played out to Chaston. That's Zymir, no good. Chaston collects the ball here. Drives through to the net, but that will be Brian, who goes for three, and it's off the rim and into the hands of Big John, who will drive through. Will he put it up? He does not. And it's to Brian, who puts that one up. Well done there by Egan. 59-33. Northeast bring this one up. No passing here. You go straight for the three, but that is collected by Chaston, who will give it over to Zymir. Wide open three. What does he do with it? He puts it through, and that is 62-33. Northeast going through with it. Holding the ball. Not much movement going on here. Pick set, but he takes it, and he drives through, trying to find a pass outward, so he puts it up, and it's into the hands of Big John. Keeping the ball here, now is into the hands of Chaston, and now into Tristan Lasser. Oh, now it'll be swatted off, and it'll be Northeast collecting the ball. And that will be danced through by Northeast, who will put it in for 62-37. Brian will try and go up here, but there will be a foul called here. 1 minute and 14 seconds to go here. 62-35. Northeast will put it up for three, and it's off the rim and into the hands of Big John. And it's on the floor as Northeast grabs it. Swung around, and it's good for three. It is not. Brian collecting this into the hands of Tristan Lasser. A little bit sloppy here. Hopefully to connect their passes with less than a minute to go, and Tristan Lasser slams it down. Oh my, that was beautiful. Unbelievable. And that is Northeast, who does not get their three. Will be giving it up. Chaston, can he do the same? He cannot. That is Brian, who puts it up, though. 66-35 with 30 seconds to go. Holding the ball here, just running out the clock. 66-35 will be your final score here for Conwell Egan versus Northeast JV team. We will send it back to our intermission crew, who will give us an update. Brian puts that one through, 68-35. And that will be the end of your Conwell Egan versus Northeast JV game.
Thanks, Kian. So we have our post-game show up in the Eagle Eye Network here. So, Matt, was this the kind of game you expected from Conwell Egan?
I didn't expect it to be like a total blowout by like 30 points, but I did expect them to do it very well, and they did. Yeah, I expected the other team to do way better than they were obviously played, but yeah, Egan did way better than I thought they would.
Yeah, knowing Northeastern's reputation, I didn't expect Conwell Egan to come out with such a blowout outcome. And tonight you just shows how good this JV team could really be if they really wanted to. So, James, how did Conwell's defense disrupt Northeastern's rhythm tonight?
Um, they did really good against them. They didn't allow that much points tonight, and that was a big factor in today's game.
Yeah, I agree. Only like 30 points, above 35 points is really good for a defense. What do you think, Matt?
I think today our defense was amazing. We blocked shots. We stopped runs. And overall they were just phenomenal today. And Eli, what could Northeastern done differently to maybe change the outcome a little bit?
I think Northeastern, if they ran a little bit more offensive plays, they could have put a lot more points up. They weren't firing shots. I feel like they were dancing around the arc too much instead of driving to that paint, throwing some buckets up. Maybe that could have changed their outcome, and maybe a defensive change as well. I feel like they didn't stop Egan's offense because we were just plowing right through them and getting us just the lead by so much. Hey, James, does tonight's result change how you view Conwell's preseason and into the PCL?
Yeah, I think their defense is legit, and they're gonna do way better for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, I do. I think that this JV team can go pretty far. I think that is a great team overall, and we're gonna do things.
Yeah, I agree. Tonight's result's going to really change my views. This JV team, I knew they were good, but I didn't know they were this good. Their chemistry is great. Their coaching, their staff is really impeccable. This team could be really something, And that's going to wrap it up for our post game. That's the JV game. Thanks to our color commentators and our play-by-play, as well as Matt on the sideline. And this is Eagle Eye Network signing off.
I got to this show.
What team is it? Oh. You're dead. Where your mama go? Right, you have a dog. Yo, Brian, remember when I did the no-no? You know Charlie Bennett? Where's she at? Where's that Rick? Don't you know his number? Rick! 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 Not paying attention. Yo, Rick!
Hello, welcome to the pregame show here at Eagle Eye Network. I'm with my co-host
James Fitzgerald and Christopher Nuzzi.
So, James, who do you think is the most under? Who do you think is the underrated player in this squad, in this varsity squad, to look out for?
I think Cole, he's a really good shooter. And I think he's pretty good at hitting threes.
Nuzzy, what do you think?
I think Antoine George, because he's a senior, he's playing hard for his team, and he's trying to bring his team to a state championship.
All right, guys, I'd love to hear that. I think the most underrated player to look out there in the varsity squad is Miles Moore. I think he's a very good big, very good guard as well. He can definitely shoot from anywhere. He can definitely dribble from anywhere. And overall, I think he's just the most underrated player in the squad. Guys, who needs to have the biggest game for Conwell Egan to win?
I think Jared, he's really good at basketball. I think he can be so good.
Nuzzy, what do you think?
I think Isaiah Johnson, because he knows how to play in the paint and knows how to work the ball to his teammates.
I agree, guys. I think the person that has to have the biggest game is Cole. He needs to step up to his game. He needs to lead his team. He has to take over. He has to put the team on his back. He has to be the leader for the team. So I believe that's who needs to have the biggest game for us Eagles to win. This is a crucial game for Conwell Egan. Conwell Egan Eagles. How much of a big impact will tonight's results have?
I think if they win, it will have a big advantage against the other teams, and that could help them do good in the playoffs.
What you think, Nosy?
I think their win streak will be better, and they have better confidence in their rest of the games going on into the season.
I agree. Our Conwell Egan Eagles are looking very, very good throughout this preseason. So if they could take this win, they'll definitely keep things rolling. All right, this was the pregame show. Thank you for watching. Here is our commentators. Back to you.
All right, thanks, guys. We are here at the Korditsky Gym here at Conwell Egan High School. I'm Dan Connor, joined by Eli Stewart, Kian Mullen, and Matt Fitzgerald will be down on courtside for us with Brendan King as our producer. So, guys, Conwell Egan comes in today undefeated. How do you keep that momentum going into the Catholic League play?
You know, I think it's very, very good to keep that momentum because in the PCL, it's a very tough league, and you really just want to keep your win streak going so you can come in with confidence and the momentum to beat these big teams like Ryan and Roman and teams like that.
Yeah, undefeated is it's a scary title to have. Teams will fear you if you're undefeated. And I think it's a big ego booster for yourself, too. It'll keep your confidence high, keep your team rolling.
All right, and Conwell Egan has seen a lot of new players this year. We see a lot of juniors and some seniors on this varsity team. How important is this JV team going to be when these juniors and seniors graduate from Egan?
I think the JV team is very, very important because that's your future of your team. You know, you have your freshmen and your sophomores on your JV team, and as you can see, they're also undefeated. So I think Conwell Egan has a very bright future ahead of them if we're based on the JV team.
Yeah, after watching that JV game, I have high hopes for them. That's a great team. They got good chemistry. And going into next year, losing some seniors, juniors, we could definitely see some improvement, maybe even a better squad coming in from that JV.
All right, and we just watched the JV game play. We're down to about 55 seconds before the start of this game. What did they do well that you think that they're going to be able to carry over to this varsity team when they finally get the call?
I think they did well with bouncing back. Anytime they got scored on, you would see them coming back with intensity and pace, trying to get right to the basket and get another point.
I think that body language is very important to that JV team. Varsity players, varsity coaches, they love body language. That JV team is all positive. They're all good friends there, and they just keep high energy over there. I like what that JV team does.
All right, sounds great. Let's see if Conwell can keep themselves undefeated against another Northeast Philadelphia school as they play Northeast High School. They just came off a win against Lincoln, and we will continue to see them play some more schools from Philadelphia before the Catholic League play. Right now, we're going to send it down to our public address announcer, Dave Luby, as he will have our introduction and our national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sean Cortisco Report. This evening's BIAA District 12 matchup between our guests from Northeast High School Vikings and your Conwell Eagles. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise for the invocation followed by the national anthem. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. God, let me play well but fairly. Help me to learn something that matters once the game is over. Let competition make me strong but never hostile. Always let me help my opponent up. Never catch me rejoicing in the adversity of others. If I know victory, allow me to be happy. If I am denied, keep me from envy. Remind me that sports are just games. And for athletics, I set an example. Let it be a good one. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. St. Francis of Assisi, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. We ask that you remain standing, and veterans and active service personnel, we ask that you please salute the colors as we play our national anthem. Let us meet and greet our starters. First of all, our guests from Northeast High School. The junior number 0, EJ Cody. The junior number 2, Tahir Williams. The senior number 3, Bobby Perry. The senior number 10, Joey Wallace. And the senior number 30, Jonathan Miller. The Vikings are coached by Steve Novosel. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a 6'2" sophomore guard, number 30, Conwell. A 6'3" sophomore forward, number 23, Braden Martin. A 6'3" sophomore guard, number 4, Miles score. A 6'3" senior center, number 22, Isaiah Johnson. And a 6'1" senior guard, number 13, Antoine George. Able to coach by Mr. Sean Tate.
All right, here at the John Cordisco Gym here at Conwell Egan High School. 8 minutes of play in varsity basketball. This Conwell Egan team led by Coach Sean Tate. This is his 14th season. He recently coached for Archbishop Wood and Father Judge. LaPree McKay Price is his assistant, along with Mark Yater and our own history teacher, Eric Flynn. Isaiah Johnson at center court right now. We'll take the opening tip-off. This one won by Egan. It's in the hand of George. George.
By George. Assisted by Isaiah Johnson.
Northeast High School going to move up now with it the other way. They dish this one into the corners. They just casually bounce that one along, fire it, and then this one sent from a way out, and that allows Northeast to go up by 1. This one into the corner now. Faking a shot there is Egan. Sent over to the far corner now to Miles Moore. He takes a 3 attempt that's going to bounce off the rim and out. The rebound's there, gathered, and not able to go.
That one looked like a foul there, I think, on Isaiah Johnson. Getting that board offensively is going to really help this Conwell Egan team. Hopefully they can keep doing that. There's another 3 there for number 30 on Northeastern. Northeast seems to be very, very on point with their threes here, as they've gone 2 for 2, taking this lead 6-2 with 6:48 to go.
So 6:48 here. We see Conwell Egan fire one up, that one off the hands of Moore, and we'll see 2 shots as we have a whistle blown.
Personal foul charge to Jonathan Miller. That is his first team first of the first quarter. That's more than 1 for Eagles. It is short there.
There's the first attempt by Moore, finds its way in. It is now 6-3. .642 to go here. Egan find themselves trailing early in this game. There's a second attempt now. 2 for 2 there goes Moore. Northeast moving up with the ball now. They're going to have a battle for it. There's George and Moore put up some pressure. That's going to force Northeast down into the corner. Down on some bad passes there. This one just under the paint. They fire that one off, and it's now 8-4 with Northeast on top. Antoine George with the ball now. George holding. He fires along to Moore just above the Eagle sign. He'll drop this one back down low for Isaiah Johnson. He'll get 2 and 1 more. Here's the end one now from Isaiah Johnson. And there's 3. So Conwell Egan down now just 8-7.
Northeastern's player number 30 with all 8 points, also with 2 fouls, though, as he gets subbed out of the game.
All right, Northeast with the ball now. 8-7 with 6 minutes to go. Northeast rushing towards the net. They're pushed themselves into the corner there. They get this one down in the paint area. And bobble the ball around. It's going to go in and out of the rim. The rebound's gathered, and they fire that one through. 9-7. Going to send it down the court side now to Matt. Matt, so this team right now is struggling a little bit to put themselves in some distance. How are they going to be able to stay undefeated in such a tight game?
I think we just have to keep pushing because this team here, they came out explosive, hungry for this win, and we just have to stay on top of that and make our shots and keep defending like we are.
All right, defense is going to be key here. Rushing towards the net there, firing the ball up. It dances back down. That one off the hands of Antoine George. And then eventually into Northeast High School. Two fouls thus far for Northeast, one for Conwell Egan. .508 to go. So then to the crowd side of the court now as they're going to rush over. Fire this one up in the lane and to find its way in. It's 12-7 with 4:48 to go. Guys, this is an entirely different team that we're seeing right now. What do they need to do to play better? Because right now they're down 12-7. Another interception here as we get Northeast back in the lane. They're going to take this over into the short corner. So what does Egan need to do better to secure this win?
You know, Northeast came out very hungry. They came out with so much intensity. Unlike Egan, who is kind of playing it a little lackadaisical. If they can get themselves back in the heat of this game, then I think they should be fine because we know they have the skill as we've seen in their other preseason games. So I think they just need to get their confidence up and their intensity up because this Northeast team is very hungry.
Yeah, I could agree with that, Kian. This Northeast team's pressing high. They're playing good defense. They're really holding this Egan team good offense to a small hold. And let's see if Egan can bounce back, get their offense moving, get their defense sharp, and see if they can bounce back and keep an upset here.
A long ball there by Zawitsky that does not find its way. The rebound fired up, and Braden Martin will make it. And that now puts the score at 12-9. Egan with the deficit. Taking their time here is the Northeast. They're going to drop it off there to Perry. Perry's going to dish it along the far side to Autry. Autry gives it back to Perry right there at the foul stripe as he'll rush towards the net in a traveling call. Jared Velez into the game now. This one dropped off to Antoine George.
Jared Velez entering the match is very crucial for this Egan team. You know, as a freshman, he had 100% varsity experience. So I think getting along with these guys and having that chemistry will be very helpful for this team in today's game.
And a shot there from the right, or from the far wing, rather, is not going to go as Perry's going to move up with it now. Velez putting up some pressure there. He's got to watch the arm, though. Moving to the ball now is Williams. Williams, though, has his intercepted. Coming back the other way now is George. George goes up, and a foul called on the play. Two here for George. He's going to try to put his team within one. First attempt there is off the basket, and we've seen this in the last game with this varsity team. They were not making their foul shots, and with a team like Northeast right now, every single point is going to matter. Second attempt there makes its way through. It is 12-10 with 2:40 to go. Perry holding the ball. He dances it, drops it off at the straightaway. Bobbling the ball there is Northeast. Coming up with it is George, but then it's bobbled again. He gets it off now to Martin as Martin rushes towards the net, and he'll draw a foul.
That's a great drive by Martin and defensive play by Egan. from Justin Bob to Antoine George, getting it down to Martin, driving to draw that foul. It's supposed to go to the line for 2. And that's something that this Conwell Egan team does. They give defensive plays, and they push it back on offense.
Martin shoots nine.
Another attempt here into the foul shot violation for Martin. Trying to put his team within 1. There it is. And he's able to do so. So it's 12-11 right now with 2:20 to go. This one dished ahead there now. Rushing towards the net there. Sending it out to the far way. Northeast in the paint area finds its way through. It is 14-11. Matt, right now all the momentum is going Northeast way. Egan is struggling to defend the ball. They're making some mistakes and are missing their first shots. How do they get back into this one as we get ready to go into the second quarter?
Placing 0 are Egan.
Matt, how does Egan get back into this game with 1 minute and 56 seconds left?
We just have to keep pushing. This team's offense is just putting a lot of intensity on our defense, and they just keep pushing, trying to score. And we just can't let any more baskets in because we need to take the lead. And yeah.
How important is Egan with their foul shots?
I think drawing these fouls is very important because some of our shots aren't going in, and this is a great way to get some points on the board.
All right, thanks, Matt.
Very important to draw fouls here, as Egan loves driving to the basket. So even just a simple drive to the basket going up, very easy way to do so, or if you just don't make the shot at all.
All right, 1:14 to go. 14-13 our score. Egan down by 1. Northeast gets it in there to Williams. Williams fires it from just outside the arc, but it's not going to go. The rebound left there, though. It's put up, and it's gathered again by Northeast High School. They're wearing their black and red uniforms, and a whistle blown here with 1:05 to go.
You know, those offensive rebounds can't really be happening for Egan. They need to box out, not let Northeastern get any second chances, even third chances, which they just got there. It really bails them out of Egan's good defense.
We've seen Egan's defense look like it has changed a little bit in the past couple games. Last game, they seemed to be a little bit more open, not so much man-on-man. Did it appear to you guys that the defense was tighter early on as George comes down with it, fires the ball up? That one's not going to go, but then Northeast is going to step out. Does it seem like Egan's defense was a little bit more tighter in the earlier games than the past two, or are they just struggling to kind of defend any team that's walking into the court right now?
You know, I think it's different for every team they face against. Maybe some teams they need to run a zone, maybe against certain players, or man-to-man against other teams. You know, this Northeastern team, they got solid players all around. So I think a man defense is a very strong option, as Coach Tate probably suggested.
Yeah, I do think you see a little bit of variety with this Egan defense. You see some zone, you see some man, but I think it's all dependent on what Coach Tate wants. So if you see some games, you think you can play a zone, or if you need a markup on some players, you play a man. So I think it's really all up to Coach Tate's discussion.
All right, that one batted out there by Autry. And what Coach Tate might be doing right now is trying out different defensive plans, or strategies rather, against various teams for when they get into this Catholic League play. Anyway, Braden Martin, that just fires that one in. Antoine George going to slow this game down. George getting direction out there from the straightaway. Down to 3 seconds, 2 and 1. There's his shot. And on the buzzer, it's not going to go. So as we go into the second quarter here, it is Conwell Egan 16, Northeast High School 14, and we'll take a 30-second break here on your Eagle Eye Network. Back here, started second quarter. It is 16-14.
That's a good fight for Conwell Egan. They were down this first quarter, I think by 6 already. Starting off, they had his first 6 hot points. That's a good climb back for Conwell Egan to start their momentum up and start leading in this second quarter.
They definitely need to get the lead. They need to get the momentum shifted here. This one dropped along. We'll have a whistle with 7:58, and it appears that we're having an issue again with the clock. The clock got stuck a few times the last game. It got stuck again here as we entered into the second quarter. They're going to change it to 7:53. Northeast High School with control of the ball now. Holding there is Perry. Perry moving in. Dances ahead there. Gathering and holding there is Northeast High School as they're going to try to rush towards the net, and a whistle is eventually blown.
Offensive foul, charge to number 5, Walker. That is his first, the team's first of the second quarter.
Jarrett Relez with the ball now. Antoine George. His team up by 2. He's trying to find an open lane. Hands it off to Braden Martin. Martin sends it just outside the arc, and that one's going to put Egan up 19-14. 19-14 now with 7:04 to go. Egan's defense is not. Possession is going to go to Conwell Egan. Their defense needs to continue to play tight here to avoid Northeast climbing back into this game.
Number 24, Justin Dodd. Number 10, Tyler Johnson. And 23, Braden Martin.
Jarrett Velez with the ball now. Velez moving up the far side of the court. He gives it off there to the right wing to Cole Zaletsky. Haven't heard much from him tonight as he's going to give it off to Miles Moore. Moore just skips that one along. Zaletsky gets down in the paint area, but he bobbles it away and is forced to give it along to George. George looking, and a whistle blown. This one appears to be on Antoine George. Isaiah Johnson, rather.
Isaiah Johnson is his first, the team's first of the second quarter. A delay of game warning has been issued against the Conwell Egan Eagles.
All right, so we see a foul and then a delay of game here, or at least a warning, rather. Perry with the ball now. Perry getting direction to his team down low. He's going to drop it off down there at the foul stripe. They're going to spin around, trying to gather and then bobble along the way on the outside of the court. Northeast holding. They casually just flip that along to Perry. Perry being defended well there by Velez. He tries to make a movement, has to spin and force the ball over just in front of Egan's bench. At 3 does not go, and Miles Moore comes back down with it. Moore moving out with the ball now. Moore dancing in. He'll put the brakes on as he gives his team this time to set up. Gives this one to George on front of Northeast bench. George going to move up. Cole Zaletsky with it now. Zaletsky gives it off to Johnson down low, and Johnson's shot is blocked aside. And we could have seen another foul, but the Conwell Egan not getting it with 19:14 to go with 5:39 on the clock. Here comes Miles Moore with it now. Moore flips this one up on a piss there from George, and it's 21-14. Northeast High School gathers now. They had a little bit of trouble controlling, but Jared Velez is not putting up the pressure. This one dropped down low. Again, Bob on the ball there. And then another shot. So neither team right now with these clean passes with one another, but it seems like Northeast has been taking most of the advantage with that.
Foul charged to 4 Waltree. That is his first with team second. Substitute in for the Vikings, 2 Williams, placing 0 Perea.
Miles Moore with an L. Moore gives off to Zaletsky. Zaletsky holding, drops it off there to Isaiah Johnson. Isaiah Johnson gives it off to Moore as they were close to each other. That ball comes out, finds its way in. It's 23-16. 4:45 to go here. And in just about 4 minutes from now, we're going to send it back to our intermission team as they're going to recap this first half for you. It is Williams with the ball. Williams in, and then he tries to get his shot off that was blocked this side, and then Miles Moore has a smart play there. He's going to fire this ball out on Northeast High School.
I think someone we can really give credit to this game is Jared Velez. He's been playing nonstop, excellent defense, locking up most of Northeastern's players, not letting him any chances. We just saw here another block from him. He's been recorded, I think, at least 2 or more steals tonight. And I hope to see more from him because he's an exciting player to watch.
Here's a 3 from Velez, and it finds its way in, so he definitely has been key to this game right now. 26-16, he puts his team up by 10. Rossi to the net, there's Perry. Perry dishes one up, and then it goes off. Holding the ball now is Johnson. Johnson gives it to Velez. Another 3 attempt. That one just a bit too hard. 3:47 to go now. Perry moving up with it. Perry dancing along, drops it off. This one casually knocked ahead, and then another traveling violation there, and we'll see. Braden Martin is going to come back into this game.
Number 13, Antoine George.
Antoine George out. Braden Martin in. Martin with the ball now. Gets the pass there from Velez. They'll play catch as he gets it right back. Brings it down low. There's a shot from Moore outside the left wing, and he'll get that one 29-16. Rossi towards the net there, faking a shot up, giving it back down low to Gene. Gene sends it over, and that one comes off of the right box and finds its way in. 29-18 now with 3 minutes to go. Moore moving up with far away. There's a 3 attempt. That bounces off and just right back out. Giving it ahead, there's Perry. Perry moving fast. He'll dish it down the paint area, and Northeast High School is able to add 2 more. It's 29-20 with 2:44 to go. And we'll take a quick timeout here on your Eagle Eye Network. 2:44 to go here. So it'll be Conwell, Egan ball. Velez with it. Off to Moore. And Moore puts it right in the hands of Altry. Altry just over to the near side to Walker. And there's a long shot that comes off the hands of Williams. A rebound left there, but then eventually gathered by Miles Moore. Moore trying to send this one out, and that's another mistake there. And a whistle to stop the clock here with 2:27 to go. So we've seen this last game. We've seen Miles Moore become a little frustrated. We see it again today. How is the frustration affecting this team?
I think frustration is a big part of every game. You know, it's in the game. If you love the game, you'll get frustrated with it. And I think every player has it. Maybe Miles Moore just a little more. And I just think it can affect him with his ego, maybe his mentality, but he can get back in this game, and we've seen him do it before.
You know, you're a player for this Conwell team, and it's a close game. You're gonna get frustrated. Some could call it passion, but honestly, it's just a part of the game. But you do need to learn to control it because you can't let up silly fouls like this to maybe alter your performance.
All right, a battle for possession there. That's going to come out Conwell Egan's way with 29-21 our score. That ball sent up there by Johnson, and he finds its way in to put Egan back up by 10. Holding there is Jones. Jones has this one knocked away from him. Moore with the ball now. Moore puts one towards the net and then finds its way in. It's 33-21, and he'll get an N1 here. Just over 2 minutes to go. There's the attempt, and that puts Egan up 34-21. Rushing ahead there with it now is Williams. Williams gathering, trying to find an open slot, gives it off there to Gomez. Gomez body checking a few players away, but he's surrounded by men in white, but somehow finds the ball back out to Walker. Walker looking, giving some direction as he rushes it long and then sends a shot as he falls down along the way. The rebound left there. That wouldn't go. Now Moore back out with the other way. 1:35 to go. This one up, and Egan finds its way in 36-21. That one coming off the hands of George. That one fired up towards the basket again, and then eventually knocked out. It'll be Conwell Egan ball.
That's a great run for Conwell Egan. You know, everyone says basketball is a game of runs, and it truly is. Conwell making one there, truly getting them the momentum to win this game. Everyone in the crowd is fired up. You can see it. And this game is looking for Conwell Egan's way.
It's definitely starting to open up a little bit more for them as Braden Martin calls for the ball back. Whole push towards the net. He was tripped up a little bit along the way. He kept his feeding there and gets himself a basket with 38-21 in a timeout here.
That's a great strategical timeout there from Northeastern, maybe giving Conwell Egan out of their momentum, maybe getting them out of their run. And maybe Northeastern needs to talk over what their strategy could be against this great Conwell Egan team.
All right, in possession with the ball now is Northeast High School. Northeast gathering a holding, pushing along there. Dropping it off, get it off to Jones, and then Jones tripped up along the way, and a quick whistle is going to stop play. Down to the final 56 seconds here in the first half.
Last minute to play.
This one dropped out in front. Taking it to the far side there is Williams. Williams holding and gathering now. It's tripped along. A ball rolling around there in the court. Gathering though is Northeast. And they're going to rush along. That one fired up, but that one blocked aside there by Isaiah Johnson with 35 seconds to go. Johnson gives it off to George. George pushing it on down to Martin. Martin to Miles Moore takes the shot and finds its way in. And it's 41-21. Egan up by 20 with 20 seconds to go here. Northeast moving up with another whistle with 18 and a half seconds to go.
Wow, what a play by Conwell Egan to really get the crowd going. I saw some people up on their feet. I know the Eagles Eye Network was up on their feet for that play. What a play by Conwell Egan.
Great play there. They're finding that momentum here late in this half that they saw early in their past two competitions. Northeast fires this one in, almost intercepted there by Moore. Pushing along there at the 15-foot mark now. They take a shot that goes out, finds its way in, 41-23, down to the final 8 seconds. And now 7. Gathering is Conwell Egan as they're down on the ground with 3.5 now. Possession's going to go to Northeast as we're getting ready to close out this first half. All right, Northeast moving up with it. They're going in. They fire this one up on the buzzer, and it does not go. All right, guys, so this is really a tale of two different teams thus far. Egan struggling early in this one, but they're able to kind of piece the puzzle together late. How do they carry this momentum into the second half?
You know, they really just got to keep their momentum up because, as we saw earlier, they came into the game a little sloppy, a little not ready for Northeast's hungry attitude for this game. So I think if they just keep up their momentum, I think we'll have a good result at Cordisco Court.
Yeah, Egan came to this game not so energized, and Northeastern was really putting on the press. And now we have Egan leading by almost 20. I think it's 18 exactly. This Egan team's really pushing it, and they're really getting the energy they need.
All right, the energy definitely coming late in the quarter, and we hope it extends into the third. Right now, we're going to send upstairs our intermission team as they recap the half, and then we will have an interview with Coach Flynn when we come back.
Welcome back, guys. This is the halftime show presented by Eagle Eye Network. So, Conwell Egan is leading in the first half. What do you think has been their key to success, and how do you think they could up it more?
I think their defense has been pretty good. They have like a 20-point lead going into the second half, and I think that's a big factor in the game.
What about you?
I think that they need to get better boards over the Northeast to try to put more points up to the score.
I think their three-point shooting has been exceptional today. I think if they keep it up, I think they'll come out with a very, very, very big win today, and against a very, very good team. What does Egan need to adjust to control the second half a little bit more?
I think they could adjust their shooting. They've been missing a lot of shots, and if they keep that up, just missing shots, the game's gonna be close.
I think that they should pass the ball better than what they're doing at the moment. They're putting in passes that keep getting picked off. I think that if they start picking it up, the score would be different.
I agree, guys. I think the team needs to adjust more is rebounds, offensively and defensively. I think Northeast has been taking over the rebounds, and I believe if we could get that under control, we could definitely get more easy points than making it harder for ourselves. Guys, who's your pick to step up and win this game for Conwell Egan?
I think Cole. I think he'll do pretty good in the second half and get us a lot of points.
I think Braden Martin will give us a lot of points by doing his layups and shots that he keeps on contesting.
I agree, guys. My pick is Miles Moore. He's been exceptional with the three. He's been exceptional driving into the paint, getting fouls. I think he's been very, very, very good throughout this whole game. And thank you for watching the halftime show. Back to you, Doc.
What do you want me to do? All right, we're going to send it down to courtside now to Matt Fitzgerald as he has Coach Flynn ready to stand by for an interview.
Yeah, I'm with Coach Flynn, and I have a few questions to ask you. How do you prepare your teams for upcoming games?
Yeah, so for our upcoming game, we have 2 days of film. One, we watch the opponent, and then we'll spend a day watching ourselves. Basically, we watch the opponent to see like what their tendencies are, and then if they do anything special, like this team sets a lot of high ball screen, we'll use a day in practice to go over how we want to cover high ball screen, whether we want to blitz it, whether we want to switch it, whether we want to play and drop. We'll just do it on the floor so we see how we want to play it.
How important do you think team chemistry is compared to individual talent?
It's incredibly important. It's probably more important. You know, basketball is it's not about your 5 best. It's about your best 5. So you need players who complement each other with their chemistry, but also complement each other with their skill sets. So you want people who complement each other in more ways than one.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, unfortunately, we're going to have to say bye to Keen Mullen as he has other obligations to attend to right now. Keen, thank you for joining us for the first half. But before you leave, what are your final thoughts on the game?
You know, I think Egan's playing really well. I'm really glad how they came back out and took this lead back. So I think if they continue to do this, I think they'll have a very good second half. Unfortunately, I won't be able to see it, but, you know.
You will be missed. You will be missed.
You know, it's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
Both Keen and Eli will be back with us on December 23rd for our ugly sweater game up here in the commentator booth. And we thank both of them right now. And we're going to take a quick break. We're about 1:22 before the second half begins. And we will see Matt Fitzgerald replace Keen Mullen up here in the broadcast booth. Eli, so who has been the dominant player thus far for Conwell Egan?
You know, I wish I could say all of them, but I say the most dominant player right now is Miles Moore. He's really showing that character he has. He's putting those points up. He's getting those steals. And I would say another player defensively dominantly is Jared Velez. As I said earlier, he's just a great defensive player. And I just look forward to see a lot more from this Conwell Egan game. And maybe I can change my opinion in the second half.
Let's see who continues to dominate here with Egan up by just under 20. They're up by 18. A rebound there, left out, and now Northeast going to move back out with it the other way. Northeast moving along now. This one outside the arc does Northeast, and it is knocked aside. And that ball is going to go out of play, and a whistle. And we're going to see referees gather as they're going to argue over the direction of which way the ball is going. Conwell Egan is going to get possession as one referee trumped the other. There's a quick shot from Moore, and that one's on net. It is 44-23 now.
Miles Moore truly is a threat from that outside the arc. I wonder what Northeastern's coach is thinking. Should they man press him up out in the arc, or should they keep the zone or keep the man a little looser?
Here's Cole Zaletsky with it now. Zaletsky whistle. That one's thrown up, but this one's going to go against Egan themselves. So that one's not going to count. Matt Fitzgerald joining us up here in the broadcast booth. Matt, how was sideline reporting down there?
I think it was pretty fun, honestly. I really like it, and I'd probably do it again.
Sounds great. Definitely a great experience for our young broadcasters to get a little different view of this game.
You know, one player I really seeing out of the ordinary is 33 Cole. He's usually on his game hitting those shots, but recently he has a couple turnovers and one shot that didn't even go to the rim. I hope Cole can get back in his rhythm and be a shooter that we all know he is.
Moore pushing towards the net now. He fires one that's out. He falls down, but it makes its way in. 46-23 now. Rest there's Northeast. Cole just extending an arm out and not able to get there, so it's 46-25. So we're going to see a timeout call here by Northeast High School. So, Eli, you talked about Cole. Is he in his head right now? Is it him being tired? What do you think is going on down there?
You know, that first shot he didn't make, probably got in his head. He knows he's a good three-point shooter. He knows he can shoot the three. But right when you don't hit the rim, that's when you go down. That's when your mentality is killed, and that's when your confidence is absolutely out of it. Hope Cole can make a shot, get him back into this game, hopefully get his head back into the right state.
Definitely needs to get that head back into the right state. Matt, you were down there on the side, and you saw a little bit more than what we did. How was Conwell Egan's shot selection so far in this game?
I think our shots, we've made most of them, but we're really getting up there. We're taking a lot of shots. We're making most of them, getting a lot of points on the board, keeping this lead, and it's really working out.
All right, so we see Egan taking shots from all over the court, and as Matt said, they are working out in their favor as they are up by 11. Martin fires this one into George. Up by 12, rather. Sorry. 21. Up by 21, excuse me. 46-25 timeout here.
Supposed to be our math teacher. Come on, Mr. Condors.
It's late. Late in the day. We're back live here at the Cordisco Gym tomorrow for the first competition that we will cover against the JV girls and varsity girls. And we'll be back live here on Thursday or Friday night, I forget the date, for the 6 p.m. varsity boys game. What was your message there? Why is Coach Tate taking a timeout with your team up by 21?
You know, sometimes even when you are winning the game, you can still get your players, if they're not running the offense correctly, that's something they need to work on for that PCL season. Coach Tate, as a good coach, he's been coach for a long time, he has experience. Maybe that timeouts refresh people's fatigue, maybe get them back in their heads, and maybe even to talk to certain players. I know coaches that just take timeouts, talk to the team, get them what they need to do, and maybe sometimes even a water break.
Sounds great. Braden Martin is going to take the throw in here. He fires it in there to Antoine George. George rushing ahead. Miles Moore wide open. He'll take the ball. Brings it down low to Isaiah Johnson. Johnson gives it back off to Cole Zaletsky. We usually see Zaletsky taking a shot there, but he elects just to pass it along and it dinks down in the paint area, and then he's fouled along the way. Cole Zaletsky going to get his 2 foul shots. First attempt makes its way in, 47-25 now. Here's the second attempt now, looking to add to their lead, and that one fired into the basket, 48-25. This one brought along down the near way to Ramirez. Ramirez gathering a holding. He drops it along there now to Perry. Perry fires this one across. Takes the shot, does Perry, and that one finds its way in. It is 48-27 now.
Personal foul charge to 0 for Liz, his third, and the team's first in the third quarter. Perry at the line, shooting 1.
So these personal fouls not really hurting Egan so far in this game, but they're definitely going to make the games a little bit more challenging. As you see a long pass there, Zaleski's down the play. He drops it off to Justin Bob, who can't get one through. There's the rebound that finds its way in, 50-27. How important is it going to be to limit those fouls, Matt, once we get into the Catholic League play?
It's going to be very important, honestly.
Eli, are these fouls going to hurt Egan more with the Catholic League coming in? And if so, how are you going to adjust your game if you're Coach Tate?
Fouls aren't always a bad thing necessarily, but I do think dumb fouls are some of the worst things in the game. You always, as a player, you always hate a dumb foul that you get called on you, and it does hurt you effectively because you only get 5 of them in a game.
All right, so right only 5 fouls in the game. Velez dropping that one off to the far side. Justin Bob gives it back out to Martin just outside the arc. That one off the rim, off the tip of the fingers of Velez, but then he'll gather right back with 4:10 to go. Moore moving in with the ball now. He sends one up, and it's blocked along, and another stoppage in play. Third quarter here right now. We're Egan up 52-31.
Subsequent game for the Eagles. Checking back in 10, TJ Tyler Johnson. Checking into the game, number 11, Tristan Angies.
This one just over the head there of Johnson, and then another stoppage here with 4:04 to go. Perry will be charged with a personal foul. 4th thus far for Northeast High School. Moore looking, he's scanning, tries to go towards the net. He's able to keep the ball in, and then eventually goes out. Coach Tate reached out for that one like he was ready to go. It's all part of coaching. You're kind of still want to play, but you're forced to the sidelines as you get a little bit older. Northeast fires that one up. It's 53-33 now. Miles Moore being pressured there, and he's forced it back. So another whistle blown.
It's a great trap there by Northeastern. If they can keep getting those traps, that's a great defensive play right there. It'll force a lot of turnovers for this Conwell Egan team. As Miles Moore, you can't really do a lot there in that situation. Maybe the most you can do is throw it off them for a throw-in, but try not to get it.
If you continue to play those traps, if you're Northeast High School, does it allow them to climb back into a 20-point deficit?
Could allow them to climb slightly, but I don't know if you can get 20 points back from just those traps. But it definitely will help them in the long run.
Tristan Gange's in there now. This one brought along and fired right on to the Northeast High School bench. That'll allow Northeast High School to take over at Conwell Egan's end. Fire this one along. Gathering, they send it to the outside. They dish this one down low. That one coming from the foul stripe, but it hits off the outside of the rim. The rebound's left there, and now it's 53-35. Into the hands of Moore now. Moore fires this one along, almost giving it up there. Here's Jarrett Velez. Velez pushing towards the net. Has to bring it back now. Sends it over to Braden Martin. Martin takes his shot. That's not going to go. That one's just outside. That pass had to be able to kept in there, but that allows Northeast to come back up with it. Some mistakes here late by Conwell Egan that allows Northeast to put 4 up on the board. Velez in now. Velez moving ahead. He'll send it over to Morris. He'll push over to the near way.
Great defensive press by Northeastern as they went on for a little run there. And I think that press is something Conwell Egan struggles maybe a little harder to do as they're not great press breakers. And Northeastern really is just playing great defensively as they get another block there and transition foul. Conwell struggling a little bit as they're seems to putting Antoine George back into the game, maybe to increase this lead a little more, get a little more comfortable for the Conwell Egan.
That we're a little more comfortable because the fouls recently have begun to hurt them. This one giving off the Northeast. They enter into the half now. Holding is Williams. Williams looking, and then Ganges will take a foul now. This is where Northeast High School has been a little bit dangerous down this side when they have to throw in. And this one going to go the opposite way as you have another stoppage in play.
That's Northeastern's 5th foul of this quarter. That means Conwell Egan will go into the bonus now, and every foul they have received, they'll go to the line to shoot 2. I'm seeing a lot of off-ball offensive fouls. You know, that's really uncommon in today's game. Oh, and there's another foul right there. Antoine George with the N1 bucket.
This first team is eliminated. On Georgia Blanche,
Antoine George with the foul shots. Finds its way in. 56-37 now with 2:18 to go. It's from Burlong now to Williams. Williams sends it over, almost intercepted there by Moores. He had to quickly back off before it was the 4th foul for Conwell Egan of this half. Gathering ahead there, pushing further. Holding, dancing around. A shot from just outside the arc's not going to find its way. It's kept in by George and eventually out, and they'll say that this one is done off of Northeast High School. Give it in the hands of George. He's being pressured. Has to slide this one down low to Zaletsky. Zaletsky gives it off to Moore. Moore trying to find an open lane as he fires that one up on down low. And that was not going to count as the referees will call this one back. See Coach Tate arguing down there. Eli, does he have a case right now?
You know, always good to argue with the ref a little bit. You know, he's got to defend his players. I do believe that was not an offensive charge. But, you know, I agree with Coach Tate. I'd be a little mad, too. I'm going to get heated with these refs. I disagree with some of these calls they've made as well.
I think everybody does. Half the people in the building like them. The other half doesn't. As we see Northeast push through. Send it back outside. Another long way from there. That one just hitting off the backboard. Gathering there now, pushing up with it is Johnson. Johnson giving it off there to Justin Bob. Bob fires one up, and the rebound does not come down to his hands. It's 1:18 to go. Moving along there now. And then getting that shot off is Perry, so it's 56-39. Egan giving this ball off quickly. Antoine George going to send it up further. Here's a shot that's going to come from just inside the arc. That's going to hit off the outside of the rim down to the final minute here. There's another shot to stay off the foul stripe that finds its way. 56-41 with 47 seconds to go. This one, give it off there to Johnson. And then the ball eventually makes its way into the crowd.
Northeastern's kind of slowly climbing their way back in. It was 21 at the start of this quarter, now 15. I don't know if Northeastern could climb, but it's definitely going to be a good game to watch here. It's going to be a great battle for these two teams as Jared Velez and Isaiah Johnson check back into the game.
All right, they're back into the game. It's all into the hands of Walker now. Walker moving up with the ball. He has it, tries to chop it down low. George is there, and then a whistle as a couple players got tied up over on the far side.
A smart foul if you're not in the bonus, but a dumb foul if you are. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2 for Antoine George.
Antoine George missing the first one there.
Maybe it was a smart foul in the end.
Maybe. There's a lot off of George, and he's going to go 0 for 2 there. Gathering it along, there's Isaiah Johnson. Johnson gives it right back off to George. George holding. Trying to push up further. He has to stop just outside the arc area.
Conwell Egan looking for the last shot of this quarter with 13 to go. I wonder if they'll make it and make it count for momentum into going into the fourth and final quarter. 5 to go here. Here's Antoine.
Pushing up further with it. Fires it up. It's not going to go. And that is how we're going to end the third quarter. All right, so we're getting ready to go into the fourth quarter. Conwell Egan up 56-41. And Jared Velez seeing a lot of playing time in this game. He's been phenomenal tonight. If you're Coach Tate, how do you go back into the locker room and maybe not justifying how he starts the next game?
Yeah, Jared Velez seeing a lot of minutes. He did see a lot last year, too. He even started as a freshman on varsity. That's impressive for him, and he's seeing a lot more minutes as he's not starting this year. But I do believe he deserves to, as he's a defensive threat and an offensive menace, I would say. He's a great offensive guard, really passes through, a playmaker. And I think he should see more minutes than he does right now.
Matt, has he shown enough, though, to take one of the starting spots, or does he still need to grow a little bit before we pull him out there?
I think he's ready. I think he's a great player overall. He's done a lot for the team. And he's done a lot for this team so far as a sophomore and as a freshman last year.
All right, we'll see what kind of factor he is as we go into the fourth quarter with Egan on top. We send it back down the court side as we start this fourth quarter. All right, it'll be Egan possession now.
As we just talked about, Jared Velez enters the game.
Brayden Martin with it, looking to get it to Velez, but then Velez is pushed off further. He had defense around him. Holding along there is Cole Zaleski. Cole Zaleski fouls it to Velez in the corner. He'll go over the other way. Holding, gathering. There's a shot by Martin. That's going to be gathered by the men in black and red with 7.5 minutes to go. Moving up there now is Northeast. They trail right now 56-41. They fire it back out. Looking, gathering, giving direction out there is Perry. As rushing towards the net is Northeast. They have to fire back out to Perry outside, just in front of the Eagles' head. He was going to take a long shot. Normally a great one for him tonight, but that one's not finding its way. Antoine George losing possession now. And it's another battle for the ball. George able to gather it back, and he's being told to calm down and relax there from Coach Tate to allow his team to gather. Gives it off to Velez. Velez giving direction out in front. He sends it off into the corner and pushing there down under and just lobbing that one up, and it's 58-41. And that one off of the hands of Isaiah Johnson. So moved along into the paint area, blocked aside, and a nice keep in there by Johnson. But then it's going right back to Northeast High School. Holding it is Perry. Perry moving back to the outside. Perry bringing it over the near way along to Williams now. Williams gathering and holding. Drops it ahead there, trying to get it onto the hands of Gene. Perry going to get it back now. He sends a shot that's going to go in. The rebound left up, gathered and controlled by Martin before it's passed along to George. Into the hands of Velez now. Velez back to George. They're going to play a game of catch. There's a shot that comes from the left wing, and that's a three, 61-41. And another whistle here.
I think maybe a throw-in violation on Northeastern. I don't know exactly the call. Maybe he didn't step all the way out. Maybe he was in the court when he threw it. It's a mystery now, but it's going to be Conwell Egan ball. It's Cole is wide open in the corner and she shoots that one up. No good.
All right, so explain a throw-in violation for some of our fans at home that don't know a whole lot about basketball.
So I think there's a couple ways it could be out. Maybe he stepped on the court while he was throwing the ball, or he didn't exactly throw the ball in the correct way. Didn't give it to the ref at first unless they scored a bucket. But I think the main reason is probably he stepped onto the court while he was throwing, and you're not allowed to do that.
All right, another foul down the other end for Egan. 61-42.
33, Varsity.
Perry with another attempt here. And he's 2 for 2. So 61-43, our score of 5:40 to go. Miles Moore holding the ball now. Moore firing it off to Velez. Velez bringing it back outside to Martin. He's just going to drop it down low to Johnson. As Johnson gives it to Velez underneath the net, he's going to hit the backboard on the way up, but he's able to gather and fire off to Moore, who's in a little bit of trouble, and tries to get it off to George, and it does. George holding now. Looking to race towards the net. Drops it down low to Moore, and he puts one up. 63-43. Egan back up by 20. There's a shot that's a long way from downtown that finds its way in 63-46. Able to gather there is Williams and intercepted. He fires another one up, and it finds its way in, and we will see an N1. Second foul for Conwell Egan here in the final quarter of play. And the N1 is good. So 63-49, Cole Zaletsky in. And a timeout by Northeast. So, guys, we talked about Eagle Eye Network and how it's going to be more than just play-by-play broadcasting. What can some of our fans look forward to that we're going to start adding to the network after Christmas?
Yeah, we have a ton of ideas for the broadcasting group, and I think it's going to be a really great thing. I think we can make this into a school thing. Everybody's going to know the Eagle Eye Network. We're going to have a ton of things. Faces of the school are going to be very popular.
I know one of the ideas that you guys came up with was this Faces of CEC, interviewing different teachers who maybe made an impact on your coaches and talking to some of the players as well. Another misplay there as Northeast is able to gather. They send this one from outside the arc and gathering there is Cole Zaletsky.
Yeah, these throw-in mess-ups are really bad for Conwell Egan. It's letting Northeastern kind of climb back into this game, as it's only a 14-point game now. Mess-ups like that really aren't allowed to happen, or really shouldn't happen.
And we talked about in the last game, even with Egan up here, it seems like that they are becoming fatigued late into the third and fourth quarter and starting to mess up their game a little bit more. That's something that they're going to have to fix going into the Catholic League play if they want to be able to compete with teams like Father Judge, Roman Catholic, and Newman Goretti. This one fired in now. Moore with the ball. Moore getting it right back off to George as he rushes ahead. He lays this one up, gathers the rebound, but then loses the ball. Now Northeast is able to push back the other way. Northeast moved in, and that one kicked along out on Northeast High School. I will get off to Zaletsky. Zaletsky gives it to Moore, who was calling for it. Moore stops, allows his team to move up. He's in some trouble, hands it off to George. George drops it down low to Velez. Velez sends it over to the far way. That long shot just is a little bit too far. That one into the paint. That's kicked aside. Gathered back again into key as it's fired up and brought back in 63-51. And this one keeps getting closer and closer. And if you're Egan, you have to be a little less comfortable and a little bit more anxious at this point, even as they add two more here. Now 65-51. Northeast with it down low. They'll answer it with another basket and another timeout with 3.5 minutes to go.
Coach Tate not that happy about Egan's performance defensively, and I wouldn't be too as a coach. They're giving up a lot of points recently off just simple mistakes that we shouldn't have given up. And Conwell Egan got to get their heads back into the game, maybe to extend their lead and get more comfortable in this game as they should be against this Northeastern team.
So, Matt, we see Northeast High School slowly climbing their way back into this one. As you're up here in the broadcast booth now, what seems to be the difference between the defensive play that you saw when you were down on courtside?
I mean, you can really tell that this team is really in it again, and they're hungry. It doesn't matter that we're still up by 12 points. They still can come back, and we can see it right now. Egan's making silly mistakes, and then it's leading to us getting them scoring a lot of points, and we're just letting up a lot.
Yeah, I'm seeing signs of this big first quarter Northeastern team. They're getting a lot hungrier, and I'm seeing first quarter Egan too. They're getting a little lazier, and maybe fatigued, as Chris would say.
So that team that was struggling to put the puzzle pieces together in the beginning of the game, but did so in the second half of the first quarter, seems to be finding their way back out here on the court again. Off to Velez now. Velez gives it off to George, and these Northeast players are going right after him. Back off to Velez now. Velez having to move around. Northeast has found the two players that Egan have been going to during this game, as that one's going to be knocked aside. And then it is going to be a personal foul. That one's going to be on Williams. First foul for Northeast here. Zaletsky fires this one up. Rebound gathered, fired up again, did not go. And a third attempt finds its way in, 67-53. Brought along now. Northeast holding the ball. It's in the hands of Perry. Perry drops it off there, taking a shot that's going to go way over its mark there with Walker. George moving in slowly, trying to waste some time off this clock. Hands it off there to Isaiah Johnson. Johnson and Velez. Velez to Zaletsky. Zaletsky back to Velez. Loops one up. And that's two. 69-53. So whatever Coach Tate said during that timeout seems to be working so far, as we have another 3-ball from Northeast High School that's not going to find its way. That one on Perella. George going to take the throw in. Egan's going to call another timeout here. And with 2:25 to go here in the final quarter of play, we'll take a quick timeout ourselves here on your Eagle Eye Network. Back to play here. It's into the hands of Jared Velez. 2:23 to go. Velez moving up with the ball now. He drops it off down low to Isaiah Johnson. Johnson giving it off there to Moore. Moore off to Zaletsky. Zaletsky now into the hands there of George, who sends it out into the far corner. And that one just bounces along and into the hands of Northeast. Another foul.
Yeah, foul there by Moore there. That's going to be the third of the quarter for Conwell Egan. As you see some subs for Northeastern. Egan been running this man defense most of the game. Seems to be working. But now it seems they're switching back into that 2-3 zone we all know and love. Let's see if this will be a change for Northeastern, see if they can get any more buckets, or if Conwell will just completely dominate them with this 2-3 zone.
That one tipped along there by Velez, so that has affected it slightly as Velez moves up, fires one up as he's down with another whistle.
Maybe the 2-3 zone was the Northeastern stoppers the whole time, and they just haven't been running it.
Yeah, I mean, you change the defense along the game. Are you doing that because you want to see how your team does, or are you making adjustments as you go along?
Yeah, maybe the adjustment was made a little too late in the game as they're only minute 50 to go. I wonder what the 2-3 zone would look like maybe in the middle of the game, see how it would affect the game any differently.
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be a question for Coach Tate as we move forward. How are you going to defend these Catholic teams, and is the adjustment throughout the quarter attempt to get ready for that, or is it more just getting to know your players and knowing that they're struggling moving forward? Northeast with control now. They drop it along back outside at Eaglehead. As so far just was under the paint area, that one up from the key, but it doesn't go.
Yeah, foul there is going to be on Isaiah Johnson. It's going to be a shooting foul. His number 20 goes to the line. Gene, see if he can shoot this pair. And I see some familiar faces checking into the game. We see Nelson Seda, Christian, and Tristan Laster checking into the game. Some JV players we saw earlier today. Oh, there's also Chaston coming in. Let's see what these JV players can do going with 1:37 left to go. Wow, we see a full lineup change. It seems this JV squad is just taking over the varsity game. We love to see that here at the Eagle Eye Network.
That JV squad has definitely come in, and it's almost like spring training for them as you're here to step up, make your mark known, and be there if you're called upon. Here's Nelson Seda with the ball now. Seda with 90 seconds to go. Looking, brings it down low over to the near way. It is Martinez holding. Martinez gives it off to Tristan Laster, who gives it off to Chaston Gabriel, who makes the three. So 73-54 with 1:12 to go.
Seems gone. Seems this JV squad is in the man defense. Oh, and then it works Norian with the rip. And back to the men in black and red.
Down to the final minute here. Northeast trying to push in. They faked the shot off, but I don't think they were quite ready for that as there's miscommunication underneath the net. This one set a long way ahead there to Lester. Lester puts one up and in 75-54. And then another stoppage of play with 35 seconds. That shot off the basket and out. Another attempt up finds its way in. So 75-55. Egan again back up by 20 with 32 seconds to go. Nelson Seda moving to the ball now. Clock under 30. There's a shot that comes off the outside of the rim. Getting right back off to the hands of Seda again. Seda trying to calm things down. 20 seconds to go. Off to the hands of Gabriel, who already made a three. And there's a second. 78-55 now. Holding, rushing towards the net, and just looping that one out there was Northeast. Down to the final 3 seconds to play. A last attempt near for Conwell Egan, and they're not going to take it. So we end the game here at the final score of 78-55. And if you're Conwell Egan, you have to be on cloud 9 right now. Very happy with your performances the past couple of games. How do you keep that momentum? How do you keep that confidence going into Friday night next week and after Christmas?
I think we just have to keep working hard. Take what we do from these games. I mean, we're 4-0 right now, and we can take that, bring it into the next game, keep the hype. And we've really been dominant, so I think that we can keep doing what we're doing because we're doing it very, very well. And yeah.
Yeah, staying that undefeated record still going to be great for us, going to keep us moving, going to keep us have a scary title. Teams are going to fear this Conwell League team as well as the JV. Yeah, undefeated is also a great title just to hold for your own teams. As I said earlier today, I said being undefeated is good. It's going to keep your ego high, going to keep your confidence level high. It's going to keep Coach Tate's keep Coach Tate's ego, maybe that's the word. It's going to keep it's going to keep him well.
Definitely is. So he comes to Conwell Egan of 4-0, and he is definitely putting up a great performance right now. So here from the Eagle Eye Network at the Cordisco Gym, I'm Dan Connor. Matt Fitzgerald, Eli Stewart, Brendan King behind the scenes, Cam Mullen, who left us a little bit earlier, Steven Slifka behind the camera. We're going to send it back to your post-game report here on your Eagle Eye Network.
Thanks, Doc. Welcome to the post game show. It's been an exciting game today against Northeast. Um, James, was this the kind of game you expected from Conwell Egan?
I kind of expected them to do a little better, but they did get the win, so it was good.
Yeah, I expect this to happen because Egan is just a great team, and if they keep on doing this, they're gonna keep on doing these kind of game winnings all the time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. This is not the game I expected from Conwell Egan. There was a lot of sloppy passes, a lot of sloppy shooting, a lot of sloppy shot selection. Um, I think if they could just better on that, they'll be set. What could have Northeast done a little bit different to change the score?
I think they definitely could have made better shooting decisions and been better on the offensive side.
I think that they could have probably stopped the shoot game on Northeast because every time they missed, they kept getting pulled away and then the wide open shot and just kept going in. Props number 30 on Northeast. He was really good and carried their team.
Yeah, I completely agree, guys. I think what could have helped Northeast more is that man press, that full court pressing. If they started that from the very very beginning of the game, I think that could have done a lot more. That could have changed the game. That could have changed the tone. That could have just changed a lot from the game. Does tonight's result change how you view Conwell Egan's preseason?
I definitely think that they can, after tonight, I think they'll do way better in the season and hopefully make a big push in the playoffs.
Yeah, coming off what James says, like in the season, I think if they get one good talk in and they have to lock in their game of practice before the game, and they have to do what they have to, like shoot free throws, make their shots, make the right passes, and they'll be probably the best team in PCL.
Yeah, definitely. I think if they could release off that press, if they could just get off of it, and if they could play more relaxed instead of very very fast paced, I think they could definitely be one of the best teams in the PCL. Thank you so much for watching Eagle Eye Network. This has been Christy Pass,
James Fitzgerald,
Christopher Nuzzi,
and have a great rest of your night.